Oh, that was weird. It all kind of came together. Hi, everybody. My name's Corey, and we're going to play some Dungeons and Dragons today. For the Order of the Dead Unicorn, this is the channel you're watching. Order of the Dead Unicorn live. We do live RPG playthroughs. Oh, that was weird. And of course, I always have a technical error that I start out every show with, and what you just heard was that.
Just for fun.
Just for fun. It's how things work in my world. So if you can be on YouTube or Twitch TV, Dead Unicorn Live, both places. And this is the cast. My name's Corey. Over there's Tarek. I'm pointing the wrong way, aren't I? Over there's Tarek. Down there is Howard, and over there is Crystal. And they'll introduce their characters in a little bit. But first, I want to tell you a little bit about what we're going to do here. We're going to play a game called The Eternal City. It is my take on what if D&D and Rome kind of meshed together. So they're elves and dwarves and gnomes and all that stuff, and they all live in Rome. So that'll be fun. We'll see what happens. So it's called the Eternal City because that is another name for the city of Rome. Before we introduce our players, I want to thank our patron squires over here. KM, JH, Andy Roberts, and Necrurious. Thanks for
Necronomica.
Necrokius. Thank you for your support. The show's not free. We have all sorts of neat software and subscriptions we use. We use Roll20. And we want to make sure we make the best game possible, the best production possible. So go there and support us if you can. Go there for free adventures. There's a D&D adventure there called A Night at the Inn. You can download it for free. And if you want to pay for one, there's one in the description too that you can pay for. So, yeah, the Eternal City is what we're playing. If you want to know more about the setting, also, there's a link in the description that goes to an Obsidian Portal site, a wiki that will be updated here and there with stuff for the Eternal City. There's not a lot in it right now. As we play more, it will be more fleshed out. And you'll see, like, a world, a campaign building before your eyes. It'll be cool. It'll be great. And if you have any questions about it, hey, feel free to send me a tweet or contact me through however you want to contact. I got a ton of places. You can find them.
Through the tweet.
Tweet.
And
slide in my DMs. Characters. Tarek just put something in his mouth, but I'm going to go to him anyways.
It was a blackberry, and it was delicious. So I'm playing Regulus Arctus. He is a high elf and a wizard. He is of the political class of this city that we're a part of, and he is very bad at being Well, he's not bad at being politically savvy. He's just bad at navigating the realm of politics and social discourse. So he is being sent to learn more about the world and become more aware of the people of this grand city. And so he's going to join the Factotum Guild and try to understand more about the people that he is trying to serve.
What does your character look like?
He's very elfish with elf features and elf stuff. No, I'm just playing. He has long black hair,
he's elfy. With those thin little elf lips and beady little elf eyes.
Those elf hips.
I feel like this might be racist.
So he's quite tall. He is. Oh, there we go. So he is 6'5". He's kind of stocky and strong for an elf. Especially for an elf wizard, but he's not like functionally strong. He's just well built, well put together, very lithe, very capable, with vim and vigor.
He has with an elf head.
He has purple eyes, golden skin, and black hair, long black hair.
Sure.
And he dresses in pretty regal finery.
Purple eyes.
And wanders around the town. Yeah, purple eyes.
That's
He wears colored contacts.
That's so God, like the gamer who's the person who's like got to be extra special with their character.
Would you rather me just have like little beady black eyes and black
That's
hair?
what Tarek looks like.
Yeah,
Oh,
good point. Fair point. Point taken.
Howard, let's talk about your character. What do you got for us?
yes, let's talk about me. I am Verbositus, not Verbositus. And I am a tiefling, which is obviously apparent. Verbositus has a large jaw with the full on butt chin. He has gray skin, with some patches look almost reptilian, but overall is very gray skin. You're not sure what color his real hair is because he is wearing what is obviously a huge powdered wig. It looks very regal. Like he spent some time doing this, putting this together. And speaking of what he spent time putting together, he is wearing what is leather armor, but it is worked over fine clothes so that there are straps on the outsides of the clothes that help hold everything in place. And a lot of the leather, the larger leather, not plates isn't the right word, but leather pads that would protect him are under the clothes to show off the finery. So it would take a tailor some time to put this outfit together, but it is essentially leather armor that just looks very fine and regal. He does not appear to be equipped with anything weapon wise. I believe I have a pack. I don't have my equipment in front of me, but I think everybody gets a pack. And I think I have the scholar pack. So mine says I'm smarter than you. I went to Harvard.
I got the same one. They were like
So we
$10
both have the
on
Harvard
sale.
seals on our pack, or whatever Rome's Harvard was. Let's see. I think that about covers it as far as his description. And yes, you've heard my voice. I'm going to be doing this all campaign.
Hey, half of playing D&D is funny voices.
That's my real voice. I am offended, sir. This is just a thing I do to make you people comfortable. This is me.
Crystal, what do you got for us today?
Well, I'm playing Audrey Greenleaf. She is a halfling bard. So
And the only character who doesn't have a Latin name.
Halflings don't get fancy names.
That's Latin for halflings. That's as Latin as they got.
yes, this is
They were imports.
high halfling. So,
High
High-
halfling.
yes, high halfling.
That's the one who stands on the bench to get the stuff on the top shelf.
I went
no,
a different route.
Verbositus
I was
has
thinking,
it.
high halflings.
Oh, okay.
Audrey is she's short for a halfling. Just under 3 feet tall. And a little on the thin side, too. She likes to dress up when she can, but right now she is wearing her leather armor because that would be appropriate for trying to find an adventuring job. Her clothing is really only a little bit nicer than you would see most people wear on day-to-day occasion. She is still pretty young, and she has hazel eyes, tan skin, and light brown hair that she wears in fancy braids.
So, this is the Eternal City. And it's a huge, sprawling metropolis. It's the biggest city anywhere. And adventurers can come here to adventure, but they don't call them adventures in the city. There's no like, oh, let's go defeat the evil wizard in his tower where he keeps the maidens. This is a civilized place. So everybody goes who has the adventuring kind of skills. Everybody goes to the Factotum Guild. Factotums being basically handyman, gophers, jack of all trades, that sort of thing. When you want to be an odds job kind of person, you go to the Factotum Guild. And you three
So it's
decide
the perfect place. It's the perfect place to discover what the lower dregs of society live like.
Though I know what they look like. It's a shame.
So
How else would I connect with these terribly stinky people?
you guys make your way to the Factotum Guild this morning, and the doors open to the marbled halls of the guild. And you see, as you walk in, you see a lot of people, like a lot of them sitting around tables, talking, chatting, telling stories, and other people up at this counter where there are a few gnomes, basically talking to one or two members from those tables over to the side. There's also like a line forming behind them. I assume you all get into a line to talk to these people.
Yep.
And Verbosius,
Verbositus.
you are
Yes.
able to get to the front of one of the lines.
Well, of course I am. They can see that this is where I belong.
There's a gnome there, with a very official-looking cap. He says,
Their hats.
He says, "What company?"
Company?
Oh yes, company. You're not part of a company. You'll have to find a company. We can't give you jobs without a company, sir.
Oh, I see. I have, of course, I'm in a company. Let me just fill out the paperwork. Pass it over. I can do this faster than you.
You'll have to tell me your company.
I'll put it on. Just pass me the work.
I'm not giving you. I have the job. I can look up your company. I can look up your company if you just give me the name of it, and then I can give you the appropriate jobs.
That damn gnome Googlicus. He has got me again. Very well, gnome. One moment while I go get the paperwork that has the name of the company on it.
Okay.
And I will step back in line. I will look over the line in these horrible dregs. And look for people that stand out amongst the line. People that look like if you were to travel with them, they might not be a complete drag upon whatever it is that you are doing.
There look to be people who know exactly what they're doing. They're just waiting in line, and they're all prepared with whatever they need, paperwork, whatever there needs to be. And then there's a couple that don't, like, they're just in line. They look a little nervous. They're looking over people's heads to see what's going on up there.
I make
Or
a
around their
insight
legs.
check to see as I look over the line to try and find the best possible candidates for my impromptu company that I must make right now.
That I've totally
Okay.
prepared for.
Totally knew about the company thing. Can I? Or
Go
is that
ahead.
a thing?
I can just give it to you. Yeah, you find.
Did it roll twice?
No, we rolled
Oh.
once.
Oh, I heard it go off twice.
Holy.
That was
It's a
weird.
very awful roll, and
It was an awful roll. That's why I'm stuck with these PCs. They're level 1.
so you can't determine anything from these people. Basically,
You know what though? I do remember that there was a 6'5" elf with gold skin or something that stands out.
yes, there is a
I'm gonna go
6'5"
look for
elf.
That thing.
The problem is nobody stands out because everybody is so diverse here. Usually, you can go to a place and it's just all gnomes or all halflings, or like what everybody's job is and what they are supposed to do, and everybody knows it. Here, it's not like that. Everybody is kind of mixed in. Nobody has the same job or the same set of skills.
Just tell me there's at least one Minotaur somewhere in the line, because that'd be amazing.
There is no Minotaur. But there is a giant golden-skinned elf with purple eyes.
That's pretty weird.
He's
So
made
I
himself an Elder Scrolls
I
high
look at the next
elf.
person in line and go, "You may proceed." And I walk around that person and go back to the line to I guess I'll walk up to Regulus, because he stands out far more than Audrey. Sorry, Audrey.
I know, you probably can't even see me until you're like
Right in the
3
crowd.
feet away.
Yeah.
You're literally
well-
beneath me. It's not my fault.
Literally beneath you.
Regulus is probably standing there in line, reading a book, just waiting, kind of impatiently tapping his foot and looking up over the heads of the other people gathered to get together.
I approach you and I kind of look you over. You get the feeling, because with that horrible insight roll, I obviously look you over a couple times to try and get a feel for you and fail. So I'm looking you up and down a little too much.
You're just staring at him like,
Yeah, I see that your pack has the same symbol on it as mine does. I believe you and I may have some things in common.
I kind of look up from the book and look over at you and go, "Is that so?"
Tell me, what's the name of that company that you're traveling with as you seeing the factotum people here?
Well, in fact, I was hoping to find a company to join.
Oh, that is fantastic. My company is hiring.
Ah, what are you looking for? Perhaps I might be able to fulfill your needs.
Well, right now I'm looking this is the ground roots opportunity on this company. You join with me, we find another member, and we will be able to take on any type of task, because without that, they won't let us sign up at all.
I pull out a paper from my pouch. Well, we'll need to set up some ground rules then.
I'm
Shen.
fine with that, of course. Ground rules are very important.
Well, of course, since I am an elf and you are well,
Fantastic.
not. I will go ahead and take on a leadership role within this guild, and
Oh, really?
perhaps
I approach you to join my company, and you wish to lead. How does this work exactly?
I come from a long and established line of leaders and politicians and generals.
Oh, yes,
so-
my father's a noble in this very city.
Right, your father. I'm certain of it. Your name again?
That's my word. You are rude.
Oh, my apologies. I did not seem to be. I did not wish to give off any off-put feelings. I simply am aware of quite most of the nobility of this city, and I do not recognize any tieflings among us.
I see. You're aware that tieflings don't necessarily come from tieflings. It's not two tieflings that get together and make a tiefling necessarily.
Certainly.
I'm half elf, damn it.
Oh, you're a half-elf. I see. That makes much more sense. Look down and keep writing on the paper.
By the way, tieflings are half anything, half demon, half anything.
Yeah, of course.
So, yeah.
But it's obvious that we would kind of look down upon somebody who happens to have muddied their bloodline with that of a demon.
So Audrey gets to the front of the line. There's that gnome that right there with the official looking cap. What company?
I'm actually here to join a company.
Interesting. Most members have these badges. The ranking on the badges, they're about the same as your standard monetary unit. So you can find somebody in charge of another company or another company, and you can join them, or you can start your own company if you find like minds. I believe those people without badges over there are doing exactly that.
Oh, thank
Fuck
you.
you, we had a company, you don't know.
By the way, if you're looking to start a company, you'll need to fill out the proper form and create a charter.
Okay. Where can I get the form?
Right here. Here's your form.
Ah,
There
is
are
that it?
there are ink on the tables.
All right. I'll see what I come up with. Thank you. And I'll wander on over to those other people who look like they might be doing the same thing.
So again, what is it that you specialize in doing? Your name was
I am Verbositus.
Verbositus, yes.
Verbositus? You'd think with your noble breeding you could speak.
Ah, my apologies. I did not realize that your name was.
Impronounceable.
It's actually pretty easy. I don't understand y'all's problem. You both got it wrong already.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I intentionally got it wrong though.
Oh, okay. Well, Corey's just dumb.
So, your specialty again?
My specialty? I am a hunter. I can scout through the urban area, find anyone you are searching for. A bounty hunter of sorts if necessary, because there are times when I need more money. As you're aware, I am of mixed parentage, in which you apparently can't help yourself but point out. Really, the lack of manners amongst some nobles.
I simply am attempting to establish and understand the greater order of this company that we seek to to form and adventure with. And I would not think that any one of us would want to travel alongside someone we weren't familiar with.
And what is it that your specialty is?
I look down next to you and can I help you?
At that point, we'll look down. I had noticed her before.
Oh, hello. I'm looking for a company to join, and the gnome up at the counter told me that you two appeared to be possibly forming a company.
I shoot that gnome the dirtiest looks for his presumptuous nature. I don't care if he's 100% right. He just has no right to presume.
I made the same face back at
The
you.
gnome seems fully engrossed in his work, talking to a person with a shiny golden badge on their lapel, and doesn't seem to notice you at all.
At one level, I hope to one day have the ability to shoot daggers actually out of my eyes. That is my goal.
Someday soon. Well, what is your name?
My name is Audrey. And you?
Audrey. I am Regulus. Regulus Octus.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Regulus Octus.
You may call me Regulus.
And I am Verbositus, a pleasure. And he will bend down actually to your level. He's being surprisingly lithe, and put his hand out to take your hand, and he will gently kiss it.
Oh, well, it's a pleasure to meet you, Verbositus.
And a pleasure as well from me. You are divine. I was about to ask Regulus his interests or his particular set of skills that he brings to our company. But I believe ladies first seems more proper.
Okay. Well,
I lick the tip of my quill and then dip it in some ink and start writing as you talk.
I'm a bard. So obviously I love performing. I can sing and I play several instruments. But of course, music is not my only skill. I am good with people, and I feel that my talents lie in cheering people up, encouraging them to do their best, and of course I can fight. Not the strongest person, but I'm quick.
Well,
for my
admirable
kind.
indeed. It's always good to have skills to bring to a group, and I say that you have quite a many. As I'll look down and write in big letters, performer.
Can distract guards.
Capable of distracting others, despite short stature. Uh, I will go, well, it sounds like we have quite a group among us. Is there anyone else that you currently work with, Verbositus?
Verbositus.
Oh, yes. I'll get it eventually, I'm sure.
I still haven't heard what you're capable of.
Oh, well. I did not mean to skip over myself. I simply wanted to make sure that everyone else was accounted for before I thought so, or I would be so bold as to presume to speak over another. Um, well, I have spent most of my time in study and scholarship. Um, I was trained in the arts of martial combat, alongside many of my father's masters of arms and skilled tacticians on the field of battle. Um, I have also spent much time hunting in the outside of the city, however, not so much the criminals and riffraff within the city, and have grown quite capable of hunting things down and utilizing not only my strength at arms but my sharpness of mind as well. And of
That's
course,
quite a
I
bit
am
to
a
work.
natural born leader.
So you claim. We shall see.
So that makes three of us. Do you have any others that were a part of your company before approaching me?
No, as I explained to you, you're beginning on the ground floor of joining this company so that we can get through this line and then go about our business. Working together is simply better than working apart.
Indeed, and I do not know that they would allow us to join or
They will
to
not.
participate in the
Yes,
guild without having
exactly.
a charter.
Oh, I would be happy to just fill out the form with fake names and hand it over, but
Oh,
unfortunately, I couldn't get the forms out
I
of the
do
little
have the
gnome's
form.
hands.
Oh, well
Well, I'll
then,
be quick.
perhaps you could make more use of these notes than I then, as I will hand over the notes so far, which are uh, accurate but not the most flattering notes.
Were you like super flattering on yourself, or did you even write anything down
Oh
for
no,
your?
no. For myself, I would be just as accurate and non-flattering. Um, not the best spinner of words to describe people. Put it that way.
I look at what
Just
he
very
wrote
dry,
and I
and
kind of make a face.
I'm sure that will at least help you in the endeavor of filling out whatever forms they requested us.
So you guys spend a lot of time writing this, filling out this form for the company, what your charter is. It has little details on what you need to fill out, like who's in charge of it. Are there any like positions that need to be filled? How
Regulus and I are probably going to be like arm wrestling over who's in charge.
how much money, a member list, how to get new members, all sorts of stuff that everybody takes their time to figure out. And if you're watching this, you can go to Dead Unicorn DU / Obsidian Portal, I believe.
Dot Obsidian Portal.
Oh, I'm sorry. EternalCityDU.obsidianportal.com, and you can read their charter, and it's very small, and they didn't care much to do to flesh out much of it. Basically, they get to decide whatever they want whenever they want. That's about it. That's the short and tall of it.
I have a feeling that Howard's character convinced us to leave it as vague as possible.
That is literally what I was aiming at, so that we can do what we'd like to do and have the most amount of freedom.
Yeah, my
Also,
character will argue totally for establishing like much stricter definitions and rules and regulations on how members join and leave and how treasure is divvied up. But he will like slowly be browbeaten down. He's not as charismatic to like win that argument.
that's like
He's
the
just
one thing I do is charisma.
yeah.
So,
Of 8, so not my thing.
most of the time is taken up with you guys arguing about things, and Verbositus
game? No.
also wishes to add a few more members that are fictitious to give a little
I
more.
was just about to ask about that, Corey, but I didn't want to interrupt anybody. Do I infer from reading this that we're supposed to have a larger number to make a company? And if so, I wanted to create the fictitious names.
Not exactly. To create a company, you do need 3 people. That's the bare bones for a company. But of course, the more members a company has, the more prestigious they are perceived. Because you want to join a company with lots of members, not one with no members, right?
Then, as I will look at Regulus and Audrey, and at this point, I actually do want their opinions. It happens. We have 2 options here as we're filling this paperwork out. We could be 100% honest, that's just the 3 of us. Or, if you would like to one day be able to recruit more, we can make our company seem more prestigious in writing to attract more people. At which point, we can simply fill out a few extra slots here with names and descriptions of these people that are fictitious. To make our company seem larger will also give us more bargaining when we are talking to people to be hired as a company, if we look like a better company.
Well,
Rather than 3 people who met in line.
I do suppose we might be more likely to get more clients if we have a larger company.
I do not feel that we are in any immediate need to bolster our standing and prestige within this guild. We are new recruits, fresh and ready to take on what challenges they might provide us.
That is exactly what I'm saying is the problem. If you are looking to hire, do you wish to hire the people with no experience in a very small company, or the people that just on paper appear to know what they're doing? I mean, you're just reading. Who's to say other companies aren't just as fictitious? We wish to compete. I'm saying we could spruce up what we look like on paper.
You two both seem fairly skilled. I'm sure we would build our own reputation amongst the guild rather quickly. It is not like we are in any rush to gain privilege or tasks that are far beyond our merit. I see little reason to embellish and then be requested.
The money, man, the money. That's the reason.
Oh, but I need not of funds yet. I am simply doing this so that I might understand how the other half of society lives.
Fine. Very well.
We do have the option.
I will say this much though: Regulus
Tarek?
will probably not look over all the documents.
Tarek, you just ran over Crystal. Let her
I'm
talk.
sorry.
We do have the option of refusing any jobs we don't want to take. So I don't think we'll be stuck with something that we know we can't handle.
Well,
I'm not sure which way you're going with that.
Oh, on the subject of what if we end up with jobs we can't handle because they think there's more of us?
So you're saying you go ahead and embellish, and if we don't like a job, we just don't take it.
Just a little bit.
Yes, yeah, I like the
One
way
or
she
two.
thinks. The woman is very, very intelligent.
Perhaps you might have
Add
a
on her
point,
skills.
but
Add that.
I don't
Intelligence.
feel like that is a noble way of going about setting up this company.
Do you see nobles in line? Do you see
Well, I
people
do.
walking around with
I am
crowns?
capable of seeing myself, and perhaps there are others.
As you look around, the tables have dwindled. The lines are gone. As y'all have been arguing and talking about this charter for hours.
Well,
Oh,
I
boy.
am absolutely
Okay.
parched. I'm going to get us some drinks. Would anybody like an ale?
Yes,
Oh,
that sounds
yes.
delightful.
would be
There's no
lovely.
ale in
Fine,
here.
if you can find it.
There's no
He
ale
pulls
in
out
here.
a water skin full of ale.
Oh
You
no, I
have
figured
it.
you would leave the building. I was going to fill out the paperwork and turn it in.
Yeah, I
There
was gonna
are
say I would probably go across the street or something to a
there
place where
are
I could get a
people
drink.
here with drinks that they've been drinking, and there is a halfling going around the place with a pitcher of wine.
Ooh. I will accept wine as an alternative.
While Regulus is fetching drinks, I'm going to complete the forms. I'm going to make up a minotaur named Garolith. I make up an orc.
No.
I'll put the 1/2 next to it in parentheses.
What? 1/2?
Wait, you put on what do you put on there? A minotaur?
Sure.
And I'm over there
They're
like
not allowed in the city.
elbowing you going, no!
That's why he's not here.
That wouldn't work at all.
We want to be able to
monsters in
think
our
we're capable of
company?
great things. Let's put great things on the papers.
Might as well add a dragon.
Yeah.
He's like, and one small green dragon.
Polymorphed. I believe that's the word. Into... What would be easy? A gnome.
By the way, the wine does cost a copper a glass.
Okay, I'll buy.
Shite wine.
How much would
A
it be
cup.
for a pitcher?
For the pitcher of wine?
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't sell it by the pitcher. You want it? You want a cup of wine, she'll pour you a cup of wine and then go get more wine.
Okay, I'll
You
get.
can take the entire
I'll-
picture. Just go,
She says it just like that. You want to take my pitcher away from me? No, you want a cup
I
of
would
wine? I'll go
gladly
get
pay
you more
you for it.
wine.
Okay.
I can
I
get
don't
you a-
want to start any trouble.
You want the entire jar of wine? You can give me 10 gold. I'll give you the entire jar.
that is. I'll
If it
take
comes
4
out of
cups of
copper a
wine.
cup,
You cannot
that's a
take in my
big
pitcher.
jar.
I'll take 4 glasses of wine.
Okay, you get some clay ware and there's some wine in it.
Okay.
So what do you put on this charter for extra members?
All right. So I'm putting the half orc because the Minotaur was voted down, even with Regulus not there. But I still think it would be amazing to add Minotaur.
I mean, maybe the half orc is okay.
Half orcs exist.
They exist, but you've never seen one in this city. Ever.
Yeah.
Well, then that's why he's not here. It makes it all the more realistic. How about,
How about a
humans? They're kind of
human?
everywhere.
A human.
All right, we have 1 half orc and 2 human. Their job description will be: do you like beater or do you have something better?
Beater?
Thug? Enforcers. They could be enforcer. I like that word. That's very big.
Sounds good to me.
All right.
Law enforcers.
I come back to the table with 4 cups. I hand 1 cup to each of you, and then I hold 2 cups for myself.
And I shuffle the papers together as you're coming back.
Oh, thank you,
well, we are all
Regulus.
done. Let us drink to having this done. And then go
Oh,
drink.
excellent.
Cheers.
I'll raise a glass, clink it, down the first glass entirely in one go, and then start sipping on the second glass.
He sure drinks like a noble.
I have
Well,
met noble households like that, yes.
when amongst the hoi polloi, one must indulge as they do.
Very well. Let me go turn in this paperwork.
Okay. You go turn
And
into the
I
paperwork.
only finish the one cup. I don't go into extras before getting up there.
There is just the one gnome left at the desk.
He's frustratedly waiting still.
No, he's fine there. He
They're
looks up.
technically still open.
He looks up as you come up with your charter. You know, when there's a new company being made, this is normal for him. So,
Okay,
you
that makes sense.
bring the paperwork down. He says, "Oh, thank you." Well, what is your company name?
So glad you asked.
This question again. Damn it.
It does seem like he did put this out at the very beginning, and I totally should have thought of that. The regulators.
The regulators.
Yes.
Very well. And he will write that down at the top. He starts going through it, reading it. He says, I see you have a half orc. Where is he? He starts looking around suspiciously. What's going on?
Are you pointing at him?
That's
Sorry, no,
all
I
you.
was I muted it because I was talking to someone off screen.
Okay.
Oh.
He says, it appears you have a half orc. He says with a little bit of venom in his voice, and he starts looking around the room. Where is
Oh,
he?
he's not in the city. That's literally the reason he's not here. Him and those two humans listed next to him all camped outside the city because he's not really sociable. But when outside the city and you have to travel between cities, they are quite the muscle to travel with.
It's highly unorthodox. I don't like this, but
But think about it this way: as unorthodox as it may seem, if there was one that you knew and trusted, and you were attacked on the road, wouldn't you like to have at least one of the orcs attacking be the one on your side? just fighting right back at them. It's been quite helpful for us.
he pulls out. He kind of ignores what you say because that doesn't matter to this gnome at all. Instead, pulls out a big book and flops it down on the table and starts. He opens it up and he starts looking through different rules and regulations.
Well, good thing we didn't put Minotaur on there.
And he says, after looking at it for a minute or two, he says, well, it seems to be an oversight, but it doesn't appear that half orc is barred from joining the guild. But
Oh, very good then.
if he is caught within the city, he will be arrested.
Again, that is why they are camped outside. I speak on their behalf.
Very well. He'll take a stamp. He'll stamp the charter and put it in a slot.
Thank you so much.
Your company has been registered. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Well, now that that's registered, we are official members of the Factotum Guild.
Oh, yes, of course. Before we go any further, he pulls out a box, opens a drawer. He pulls out 6 badges, puts them in front of you.
Thank you. I will share these.
These
I will
are
take the
for
6 badges.
they are for your members of your guild to make
Of
sure
course.
you must wear them while on official guild business. And
If you know of anyone hiring, now would be a good time to share that little tip.
if you misrepresent yourself on guild business when you are not, it is a red mark against your company.
Oh yes, don't want those. But seriously, if you've heard anything and would like to share a little tip, I could be very interested. I say, and I slide a gold piece over because I have one.
What are you talking about?
Looking, our company would like to be hired. I thought maybe you sit here all day.
You want a contract? Yes, of course.
Yes, of course. Something nice, if possible, and I just leave the gold there. If he doesn't accident,
He says,
no idea where that would even be on his desk.
he says, unfortunately, it's late in the day and there are not very many jobs left, and there are fewer jobs still since you are of the copper ranking. So, he gets down off a big chair that he's been standing on, like a bench. He gets down off of it. He goes over, pulls out a file cabinet, pulls out. It's pretty bare in there. He pulls out one piece of paper. He comes back and goes, slams it down on the table. That's our last contract for the copper rankings today.
Very well then. I will take it. I'm going to attempt to sleight of hand grab my gold back since he clearly isn't going to be influenced by the bribe.
I was gonna say the contract is like crumpled up and like old.
And I'll look over the contract.
No, it's not old.
Do I
Okay.
need to?
It appears.
I look at the contract. Is this something I need to sign to hand to him, or just take with me?
Okay, so the contract needs to be signed by the people performing the contract. The client is an elf named Titus Hostilius. Titus Hostilius, and he needs someone to exterminate vermin that are in his wine cellar.
3 cave rats in your wine cellar. Oh.
Goddamn skeevers.
That's basically what it is.
It's the
Is,
starting
uh,
of Fighters Guild quest of every open world RPG
That's
game
what it is.
of all time.
Is this Titus Hotilius local within the city?
Of course, yes.
Well, then I'll just have the 2 of them signed with me, and we'll complete this contract without the help of the other 3, so we can get this done.
The
I
reward
always
on
think
the
it's all to
contract.
sign.
The reward on the contract is 30 gold.
Okay.
But he does say, remember, it is policy of this Factotum Guild that if you do services for the city, you will be paid for those if they go above and beyond the scope of the contract. That doesn't mean you're to be a vigilante running around, but it does mean that if this contract leads to further investigations that are connected to this, that you should go ahead and investigate those as well.
Right. Well, I do look fantastic in a mask, but I won't go vigilante. And I will go get them to come sign the thing.
I don't believe you'd make that promise.
Okay.
And I do also explain to y'all all the stuff he said. I'm not trying to keep anything from you.
Yeah. Okay.
So I don't want you to feel like you might be out of the loop. I would, blah. I explained what he said.
Including the part about not having half-orcs in the city?
That doesn't seem related to the contract, so I don't know that I would think of it. But if it's brought up at all, I would totally tell you. It just
Oh, I didn't hear it, so I wouldn't bring it up. You know what I mean?
okay.
And
Yeah,
I
it
also
doesn't seem
don't know
relevant
that
to this conversation, so I might not actually mention that.
I don't know that you added people to the registry.
Right.
So you read the contract. Yeah, the client is Titus Hostilius, and he needs some vermin extricated from his wine cellar. The reward is 30 gold. There's standard stuff part of this contract, like you're not to break any laws while completing this contract, and any investigation that is ancillary to the contract that helps the city can result in extra reward from the city through the Factotum Guild.
Ooh, Audrey, you're a bard. Do bards have that ability to play the thing and then the rats just follow them? I've heard this tale. It's fantastic. I love these old stories.
It is a wonderful tale, isn't it?
Also, while on Factotum Guild business, always wear your badge, and you are granted certain rights while being a member of the guild.
Oh, yeah. I do share that. Absolutely. And I give out the extra badges to y'all. I keep the additional badges in my pouch.
Okay, I'll put on my badge.
Yeah, me too.
I'll look at the I'll look at the the contract and kind of sigh, and then look up at you guys and go, "Well, looks like we're going to be handling a case of vermin infestation." And
Which was
Corey,
the very last contract they had.
is there a check I can make on identifying that noble specifically?
Do you have? Let me see.
Titus Rotilius?
Knowledge,
Yeah,
nobility.
It's
like
not knowledge.
That's not a
nobility.
thing
It's-
anymore.
Yeah.
investigation,
No, it's not going to be investigation.
history.
Yeah. Let me check here. Blah blah blah. Do. I guess it's going to be history, because there's no knowledge local or anything like that.
There's
Oh,
not. No, history would be best for knowing nobles.
Mm-hmm. History.
Family history.
Oh, yes. This is the guy known for throwing lavish parties.
Oh,
Ooh.
well,
Well, I mean, he's got a nice wine cellar apparently.
Corey, my character's
This
flaw.
rats.
They're
Not
also
the nicest
they're
anymore.
also exclusive parties, and you haven't been able to get to one.
Well, that I will look
And-
great for helping him out of a jam.
And the guys you've talked to that are part of the parties, like, they say how great the parties are, but they don't like invite other people or anything. It's like I said, it's pretty exclusive.
No, Regulus. You see, you're going about this all wrong. You don't want to look great for having gotten him out of a jam to get invited to his party. He will only look at you as that guy who kills rats. If you want to go to his party, the way to do it is very simple. You let me come to the party with my friends, and no one has to know that you had a rat problem in your wine cellar.
An intriguing proposal. Corey, by the
Tell
way,
him how you play the game.
my character has a his flaw is that he has a weakness for the vices of the city, especially hard. So he's
Fantastic.
kind of a drunk.
Oh, good. Then our first job is in a wine cellar. Perfect.
Exactly.
By the way, any damage you do comes out of your reward. And
Well, that's
anything
just
that
bullshit.
any damage that goes above and beyond your reward gives you a red mark for your company. 3 red marks dissolves the company.
So don't break any casks.
Then we'll have to fill out paperwork yet again.
Alrighty. Well, Regulus picks up a very nice sword and puts it on his hip. And
So that you're aware also, we are copper rated apparently for being a new company. Which means
of course, we will work our way up by making a name for ourselves within this city by our
I
work.
was really about to say the same thing, but in a very different tone.
And
We have to work our way up and prove ourselves.
I put the pin on proudly.
Very well.
So you guys make it to Titus's place, and there's nice statuary and trees and olive trees and all sorts of like the best stuff here. There's a fountain that is fed by the aqueduct. It's really nice. And Titus comes out to meet you in the garden, and he's an elf.
Of course.
With sandy hair and blue eyes, and he says, you are the Factotum Guild members?
Yes, we are.
Great!
Now the regulators, sir.
Excellent. I needed you yesterday, really, but I'm glad you're here. There are giant rats in my basement. There's large jars of wine down there. I can't get to them because of these rats. I just need them wiped out. My servants will clean up the mess. Just get rid of them, and I'll give you your money.
Can do.
Very well. Is there a key that we'll need?
No, I'll show you the way. come this way. And he'll take you into the building. There's a big old hearth. It's beautiful. It's burning nicely. There's like banners. There's all sorts of like, this guy's loaded. And you go down this narrow little staircase, and there's a door at the bottom of it. He'll give one of you a candle if you need it.
I do not. I
Oh,
look
no,
at
thank
Regulus.
you.
He does not.
I'll
I'm actually not sure. Do
cast
you see
light
the dark?
on my necklace.
Okay.
Ooh,
Oh,
interesting.
This way there's no fire.
Just make sure you close the door behind you. I don't want the rats getting up here.
certainly.
It's good that your pendant is not like an arrow pointing down. It'd just be like a neon sign saying, "Look at these." So yeah, we head on down. Assuming
Yep.
everybody's cool with that. We have never established a marching order. It's our first time. I look at y'all. Regulus, I assume you cast from a distance.
I could
Jump into the
handle
fight?
doing either.
Audrey, you play things. What do you play?
Well, in
You
a
have a-
fight, I
I will-
mostly
That's how you
use a
played in the fight.
sword.
Is that how bards work? I really
As
don't
we
know.
close the door behind us, I'm gonna cast mage armor on myself.
You know, I really wish they had like a cool like semi-transparent set of like full mail on you or something when you cast it that looked all like awesome, but instead you just don't see
Didn't
anything.
change.
Yeah, it would be cool.
I would like mage armor to be reflavored.
It would be cool if it had like some kind of translucent or even actual like semi-physical barrier or something
Like those
that.
shields they wore in the original Dune movie.
Sure. Yes. Exactly.
I don't know.
Yeah, you don't remember the original? They had these like boxy, like amber-colored
I
shields.
was like
around.
a middle school, I think, when that movie came out. I don't remember much. I remember the big floating fat dude. That's all I remember from Dune. It was horrifying. Him
remember
and
much
Sting,
about it
which I think was
either.
his nephew.
Sting is also horrifying. Yes. He did look kind of crazy. He looked like a crazed punk guy, or like oh, what's his name? The guy from Clockwork Orange.
Oh, Malcolm McDowell?
Malcolm McDowell. Malcolm McDowell.
Double?
McDougall. Dougie McDougall. Yeah, Malcolm McDowell. He looked kind of like a Malcolm McDowell in that movie.
Okay.
Anyway.
All right, so
Nerd.
are you
lore.
saying you'd like to take the lead, or shall I?
I do not mind taking the lead. I have nothing to fear from a couple of rats.
Sounds good to me. I don't really want to.
I'll pull out a very thin sword and wave it around in the air a couple times just to get my wrist loose and then start moving down the stairs.
Oh, that's a most unusual sword.
Indeed, it was a weapon given to me by my late grandfather after he passed. Oddly enough, he left me this instead of it to my father. Something that I think sticks in his craw to this day. Perhaps that's the reason he wants me to go about the land and acquaint myself with the lesser castes.
I draw a one-handed sword, a long sword, called a spatha. So y'all can
And-
look up your Roman swords.
I draw my short sword.
Okay. You open the door,
Oh, and I have a shield.
and there are wooden shelves with jars on them. Some of them have big old stoppers that have been basically tied down on top of them. Others are open. It smells a little musty, but also smells a little fruity down here. It's a little chilly.
Whoops, we broke a bit of wine.
It
Gonna
is a
have
little
to
chilly.
Pour that into this giant pouch of mine.
As you step forward, your feet kind of stick a little to the ground as you notice that one of the jars is overturned and there's some wine that has been spilled out.
Oh, the rats are drunk.
And
I hope so.
coming around one of the shelves,
I-
you see.
I pull out a scroll and immediately take note of any damage that's already here so that we are not later charged for it.
You do see the head, the beady eyes of a giant rat that is between two of the shelves. Its eyes, are red, glinting from the candlelight, or I'm sorry, from the light from the pendant. Excuse me. As you pull out your scroll to write something down, you see the rat over there.
So, giant rats. How big are we talking? The size of a small dog?
They're about your size. They're about the size of a
So,
halfling.
like German Shepherd rats.
So, the size of a
Terrifying.
large dog.
Yes.
All right.
Oh, well, these truly are giant rats.
Yes, they're disgusting.
I look down. Well, perhaps.
I take my finger and just run it at the edge of the bottle that is overturned and try a bit of the wine. But their taste is pretty good.
Okay.
Well, are
I
you two
suggest
ready?
that we draw them out so that we are not stuck fighting between the shelves. I'll reach into my pack. Well, that's gonna humanize them too much, or anthropomorphize them too much. I was gonna say I pull out my pack and pull out some food to throw on the ground and then stab them when they come to eat, but that seems really mean. Just mean spirited.
How is that mean? If you think it'll work, it's practical.
All right, sure. I'll go with it then. This was my first instinct. I'll pull out some food from a ration and throw it onto the ground in the middle, wherever there's an area where there's a lot of space to actually
roll a
do so.
d20 to throw that food out there.
Can I make a survival check?
No, you're
The
throwing.
animal handling.
Oh, animal handling. Yeah, that could also work.
You're throwing food. Just roll
He's
the.
checking your aim.
Yeah, I'm checking your aim.
Oh. Well, I mean, I could just place it on the ground or whatever.
Yeah.
All right.
10.
The food goes out in a large arc. It splatters some of the bottles, some of the jars, as well as the ground. So it just kind of goes everywhere.
Well, that didn't work.
And the rat kind of peeks its head out and sniffs a little. Comes out into the open, but only partial way because the stuff from your ration is kind of spread out all over the floor, and he just kind of eats it right there.
Okay.
Wait, are we just gonna take them as pets and leave? I mean, we still get paid that way, I imagine.
They do look rather heavy.
Yeah, but... Well, come on. What are we waiting for?
Are you in need of a wizard's familiar? Is that what's happening right now?
Well, I thought we would draw them out from behind the shelves. That way we don't knock them over.
Oh, well, that's actually fairly clever. Good job.
If only my meal was a bit more thickened.
He just
Meal.
took a spoonful of mashed potatoes and threw it.
Yeah, basically.
As y'all are talking, you see another head peek out from behind one of the shelves and start eating a little bit of it.
Well, they seem sufficiently distracted. Let us
Maybe we could just draw them out with a line of food. Just
get to stumping.
little. My first thought, honestly, is Reese's Pieces, but I know that's not a thing.
That's how you draw out ET.
Straight out.
Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece
If
of
it
candy.
works for an extraterrestrial, it'll definitely work for rats. Trust me. I've seen the
They're
movie.
basically the same thing.
Exactly.
Sure.
I'll walk up to one of the rats that pokes its head out, and I'll just like stab at it.
Okay, roll to hit the giant rat.
Are we in initiative now, or is that just him and the rat?
We'll see what happens.
Blork.
That hit.
Okie
Roll
dokie.
to hit. Roll
Well,
the
I
damage.
will-
I mean,
Do 11 points of piercing damage.
all
'cause
right.
I'm
You
It's a
pierce
rat
it
kebab.
straight through its skull. Pull it out. Dead rat falls down.
I'll
The
flick
other
my
rat-
blade.
The other rat
Both the other rats then jump you from different sides. They
Ah.
drew you out. Cool.
Clever girl.
turns around and runs behind the shelves.
Well. Shite.
I move over to brace the shelf.
Okay.
I
Well, I'm not describing this well. There are, like, as you come down, there's, like, a way you can go left and right, and then there are rows of shelves, and then a shelving on the walls as well.
Yeah, that's kind of what I imagined. That's why I didn't want to risk knocking over shelves, because I figured they would like
They're pretty sturdy, actually.
library. Oh, okay.
They hold big jars, clay pots filled with wine, so they got to be sturdy.
Well, I was just worried that they'd be like library shelves that would just like knock over and then like domino effect.
They're more like large pieces of timber that are pretty wide, because the jars are like wide. So there's like the poles are like large pieces of timber, and they're fitted with the shelves in them. So they don't actually have like ends to them that you can't see through. They're just poles that are.
They also don't look like they can be knocked over all too easy then.
No, they can't be knocked over all too. They're wide. They're wide shelves.
I walk over, and so this is like the rat is in a small space.
It left. It ran off. You don't see it anymore.
Oh, okay.
You could knock these shelves over if you wanted to, though. You put
No.
some elbow grease into it.
Not the goal.
Yeah, but the rat did leave as soon as the other rat was stabbed in the head. It noticed and ran off.
Okie dokie.
We only noticed those two rats so far, though, right?
Correct.
We haven't seen any others. Okay. What do I feel like a horde of rats is gonna pour out? Murder all of
I'm
us.
gonna see if I can follow that rat.
Okay.
Like, find where it went.
Make an investigation roll.
Can we assist her?
No.
I'm not particularly good at this.
I actually wanted to do that too. I don't want to assist her. I would like to roll for myself.
Okay.
I am an investigator. I just didn't want to talk over anyone.
Make your investigation roll, and about the same. So, the rats.
I don't track rats. It's disgusting.
The rat just turned the corner and disappeared out of vision. Audrey walks up to where it kind of turned, and it's between two separate shelves. And you look over there, and it's gone. It disappeared. And you notice, Howard, what you notice is that there's some other overturned wine jars. They're all on the bottom floor, all on the...
I take note of the number that are overturned, any labels upon them, and make all of that part of the report.
You start
We're
writing
not
stuff
paying for
down.
damage done before we entered.
You start writing stuff down. Audrey, You notice at the very end of the place, you see a couple rats scurry back and forth. So one goes left, one goes right.
I kind of like stage whisper to them. There's a few more this way. One
Right.
went this way, one went this way.
Very well. Should we all go the same direction, or should we split apart?
I think we should all take one at a time and try to cut off its path away.
I think that is a
Split
great
apart.
idea. All right, let's hunt these rats like the dogs they are, or the rats they are.
Hunt them down
Not
like
good with
rats.
the edibles, are you?
Give them no quarter. Charge!
Okay.
So,
If I'm understanding this correctly, I think we're all going in different directions to go hunt down rats because he did make it look super easy to kill them.
All right. Everybody,
okay.
everybody can make.
After I said let's all go after one.
You're muted, Howard.
No one can hear Howard.
He's still going.
I misunderstood your meaning. You want us to work together as a group.
Yes.
I heard the exact opposite when you explained it. I don't know why. All right, then that. I wasn't trying to argue with you. I misunderstood your meaning.
Okay.
Yeah, I did.
Let's
To
try
be fair, I did
surround
too. I thought you meant like
one.
everybody go out a different direction and try to block the retreats.
Okay. How do you attempt to do that?
We all basically head straight for it and then like
We pick a
Try to
path that we thought they went,
Okay.
and then the
Find-
three of us follow one path.
You go down that one path, and you get to the end of the aisle where there's a wall, and you turn and look down it, and down there, like all of the jars have been pushed out, and there's like nesting material that has been scavenged here. Looks like they've gnawed part of the shelving out, and there's a whole bunch of them that start crawling over the pottery to get to you. Now it's
Oh,
initiative.
well. Now they're going to defend their hive or whatnot.
nest.
And
Is
now
there-
I'm glad we went with her plan to go as a group.
Is there a hole that leads to this nest?
I-
By any chance?
You can make an investigation check on your turn to try and find one.
Oh, we're
Sounds
rolling
good.
initiative, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay, making sure I understood.
Oh, there's not a roll tracker.
yeah. I can make a roll tracker.
If you
Yeah,
want one.
we don't have a icon to click on either. It's all right. We'll get this. We'll work. It'll work.
How do you
Hey,
spell your
meet
character's
Chris Moore.
name? Regulus. Sure.
You're
And
muted, Howard.
rats.
I knew I was muted, and I was swearing about my rolls, so it all worked out fine.
I don't see Audrey's initiative roll.
16.
Actually,
Oh,
Teddy's
there it
behind
is.
me, and he corrected me because I also did not actually swear in front of my son. And he's like, "You weren't swearing." So
Okay, Regulus, Audrey, y'all are first. There are rats. They're climbing over the pottery to get to you.
About how many?
I don't know.
I mean, like, you said there's a bunch.
There's at least 4 of them. There could be more.
An
Okay.
amount.
Well, I'm gonna come. Actually, maybe we should wait for them to come out from behind the pottery. I will hold action until there is a rat that's out from behind the pots.
Okay.
To stab it.
Robosis?
Yeah, I will do the same. I'll ready an action to attack anything that comes close to me.
Okay,
Is it my turn already?
it is.
Okay, good. Well, that's fine. All right, so Regulus and Audrey are readying actions. I'm going to. I already have it. Oh, that's right. I had been making notes. So as we walk down here, I guess I would have put my inkwell away in my paper. But
You did
at this
not say
point, I will
that.
re-ready my shield and sword,
You get your shield and sword out. Boom.
and then just hold to attack if something happens.
Well, you can get your weapons out. That's what you can do.
Actually, I can get my sword out and not my shield, and still ready an attack.
I'm going to say that you had your stuff in your hand. You can get all of your stuff ready. That's what I'm going to say.
All right, fine.
That's why it took you so long.
So it took you so, yeah. The rats. The rats start coming out, and you can go ahead and attack them both, Regulus and Audrey.
Woo!
Short sword hits.
8
Oh, wow.
damage.
8 damage.
That
And
was
10
a good
damage.
hit.
You start slicing them down. They start going down, no problem. But there are more coming, and they will start attacking you. And you notice there are some behind you now.
They
That you
did draw
didn't-
us out. Damn it!
You didn't
Oh,
notice
no!
before.
They've surrounded us.
So they will be attacking you with advantage. There'll
They
be
have superior tactics.
one on each of you.
They have pack tactics.
They do have pack tactics. So that will be an 18 for Audrey, a 14 for Regulus, and a 16 for Verbositus. Does that all hit?
That hit me, yeah.
No, it misses me.
Okay.
Thanks to
Audrey
Mage
takes
Armor.
5, Verbositus takes 6.
Verbositus.
Verbositus. Verbositus.
There you go.
Verbonkitus.
Now you're just being a jerk.
Verbonkitus takes 6.
Oh, that's great. I don't have to mark anything off then.
Why is that?
Because I'm not Verbonkitus.
Howard's character takes 6 points of damage. How's that sound?
The one in this campaign?
Regulus.
I will spin around and. Are there a bunch of things around the rats that are behind us?
No.
Like shelving and stuff like that?
Oh yeah, there's
Bottles?
shelves back there, yeah.
Like how close? Within 5 feet of each one of those rats?
No, you're in a big aisle that separates 2 things of shelves, so...
Okay. I throw a ice knife at the one in the middle of the group that is behind us.
Okay. Is it my imagination or is this
Whoa.
light blinking over here?
I critical hit
I
that rat.
I think it's your imagination.
Okay, well...
I critical hit the rat.
Okay.
It's gonna take 1d10 piercing damage, and then it and the creatures within 5 feet of it must make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, first roll your damage on that by clicking Ice Knife. There you go. So that is...
The
10
left
damage
one.
to the first rat, and they need to make a DC 13 dex save or take 13 points of damage
Okay.
of cold damage.
There's only one more behind you, so... it doesn't get advantage, though. So it rolled a 12, and that failed, so they're both dead. Wait, anybody within 5 feet of it?
It says every creature within 5 feet of it.
Okay, then you and both yourself and who else was in the marching order in the back? I'm going to say Howard's character because Audrey was the one who saw the rat, so she's up front, which means the 2 people in the back who the rats were attacking from behind also have to make the DC save, which includes yourself and the
All right, what's my DC and what is the stat?
13 on a dex
13
save.
dex.
13 on a what?
Dex.
Well,
Dex.
Dex.
Crit failed. Did you just kill yourself?
Killed me. I'm out.
Well, Nikes.
Oh my god!
Okay, I run away.
Level 1, man. It's amazing anyone ever gets past it.
Okay. You you take a disengage and then you run away.
Yep.
Both of you need to make some death saves.
If they're chewing on us, we're going to automatically lose also.
I understand that. But the thing is you only have to be faster than the person who So just make each of you just make a death save. Yeah, okay. Y'all are okay.
Yay.
There are 2 rats left. So both of you fail a death save. Audrey, you are at distance from them now. They are attacking your friends.
They are currently otherwise engaged.
Your erstwhile company
they
men.
are. From distance, I will go ahead and use Bane on them. There's only 2 rats left, right?
There's 2 rats that you can see.
Okay. This targets up to 3 creatures. So they make a charisma saving throw.
Okay.
And I guess that would be against my spell casting.
What are you
Which
talking
is
about?
13.
13. DC 13?
Yeah. Charisma.
Do they have to understand you or anything?
No.
Okay.
I feel like I would not have made this mistake if we had a map.
They made a -1.
Okay, so since they failed,
What are you talking about? They were in melee range with you.
anytime they make an attack roll or saving throw for the next minute, they have to roll a d4 and subtract that number from their roll.
Okay, but they don't need to make a roll when they're attacking unconscious people. Okay.
You're gonna die.
Both of you make death saves again.
Well, don't we automatically fail if they're attacking us?
No, you
We
take.
will fail one, but we still have to make one.
Yes.
Like, essentially, they add a failed death save when they hit us.
Mm.
All right, Verbositus is fine for now. They did take Bane, so I'm going to give them a wisdom check here. Oh, that's nice. Okay. The rats, after being baned, obviously, by Crystal's character, Audrey, will start charging after her.
So we don't take the extra death save then?
Nope.
Yeah, I'm gonna undo that failure. I'm at 2 successes and a fail.
I'm at 1 success
Okay.
and 2 fails.
Yep. Audrey, you're up.
Crap! I throw a dagger at one of them.
Okay, roll to hit.
Probably missed. 10.
Yes, that misses. Okay, they'll, both of you will have to make another death save. Tarek, you'll want to make this one.
Well,
That's insta-death.
I mean, you have an inspiration point,
Yeah, that's
right?
2
You
fails.
do have inspiration.
oh, we had inspiration?
Yeah, you start with inspiration.
Oh, it wasn't marked on
Yeah,
my
use
character
your
sheet, so I
inspiration,
imagine
dude.
I didn't.
Well, it's not up to
Okay.
me to mark it on your character sheet, man.
I didn't know we started with it. I'll put it that way. And I think it is actually up to you to put on inspiration.
No, you can just click it, dude.
Okay. Survived.
All right, you've survived so far. Both of you are at 2 and 2. The rats will attempt to attack Crystal's character now. And that hits.
Oof.
Four points of damage.
I'm down.
Is that it? Is that everybody?
2 PK.
And that's the game.
End of the story! We were eaten by rats.
And then the adventuring guild was eaten by rats.
Tarek ice knifed
Corey,
everybody.
I don't know if you remember, but I remember specifically saying, "What if we started a higher level rather than
No.
level 1?"
I didn't think you were going to ice knife yourselves.
I didn't. Crystal didn't.
Tarek ice knifed everybody. And the target, each creature within 5 feet must succeed on a saving throw. He targeted... You know where that would have been great? To target them while they were climbing over the pots to get at you.
Well, then we would have broken all the pots.
And then I would have documented that they were broken when we got here.
They were all knocked over by the rats anyways. I described that.
Well, you said one was knocked over by the
No, I said there were a whole bunch of pots pushed out and knocked over by the rats, and they've created a nest back there.
So the question I guess I have for you at this point is, do you want to do an alternate world where it's exactly this world and we just start over?
Let's...
Or should we make new characters?
I think we should spawn from a save point.
Just outside
we
the
had
door.
That save point outside the door. Yeah.
The save
We had a
point,
little crystal that we touched before we came in.
and we can restart this
Misadventure.
misadventure from the beginning. Not from the beginning, but from the point where y'all come around the corner and you see a nest.
Good thing we quick saved, guys.
Quick save
F5 is
before
your
the boss
friend.
fight.
Use it.
So do y'all want to go again now, or are we going to do this next time?
Well, let's go again right now.
Alright,
Let's
cool.
do this.
Down.
Let's do this. Okay, first up, you see them in the nest coming towards you, swarming over the pots. Regulus.
Put my hit points back up to 8. Take
the-
off my death saves.
The broken pots, right?
The broken, pushed over pots. Some are broken, some aren't, but they are definitely pushed down off the out of the way.
Oh, I do want
Guys,
to roll one thing
remember-
real quick.
There was another rat that went the other way.
Tarek, and here's an important thing to remember. If you look at your ice knife, what does it say for damage? Because you need to, like, read your spells, man. What does it say for damage?
It says 1d10 and then plus 2d6 cold damage on fail. of a
Cold
dex save.
damage. Okay, so where does that 1d10 is what kind of damage?
Piercing?
And that hits one target, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the
Yes.
rest around it take cold damage, right? What does cold damage do to clay pots and wine?
Well, wine doesn't freeze, so it would just.
Well,
Yeah, it does. Just not the same temperature as water.
Well, yeah.
What
it
does
doesn't
it-
freeze easily, I should say.
What does it
But
do?
the spell literally says the shard explodes, which is why I imagined that would do damage to.
No, it's just cold damage. It doesn't say that it's piercing damage, so it explodes in a big, like, wave of cold.
Okay.
That's important to know the difference there. I'm not blaming you because it said explode. I
It
might
does
have read
say
it the
explode.
same way. I'm just saying that's an important note.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it says cold damage, it does cold damage. If it does, like, piercing, shattering damage, that's what it does. That light is blinking. I am not going
well, yeah, it
crazy
did
here.
change now. When I looked at it before, it was not blinking. It's not a constant thing.
I knew it. Okay. So, you... Where was I? Okay. Tarek, you're up.
Okay, I will target the rats that are coming over. Try to aim at the one most center of mass to the number of rats, and I will send an ice knife at it.
Okay, roll to hit.
Bloop,
Okay, that hits the first one. Do your damage.
bloop, bloop.
Oh, that's good damage. Okay, they'll all have to make saving throws. So, it's a dexterity save.
Mm-hmm.
Turn on to normal. That's a fail. That's a fail. And that's a
One
success.
success.
So it doesn't take half it takes none for success, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No damage on a
So
success.
most of those rats die, but one one is able to get out of the way of the cold aura. Audrey.
Your fur won't help you now. It sure as hell didn't help me before.
Okay, so there's only like one or two left that I can see.
Yep. The others look like they have frozen solid. And one has been like hit by a giant shard of ice that exploded.
I feel like he's living up to his last name right now.
You got it.
I go up to the closest one and I stab at it.
Okay.
From hell's heart, I stab at thee.
13, that does hit it. 4 points of damage. It doesn't do
It's
much to it.
still up.
Yeah, it doesn't do much to it at all.
It goes, squeak, ow!
Verbositus.
Weak.
Very well. Still alive, are you? It's not worth it for me to even attack this piece of filth. It'll probably just drop dead. And I will viciously mock this creature, which only has to hear me and not understand me.
Yep.
That's why it's such a great spell. It's like the best
Really
spell.
It's a
is.
hilarious
It might
spell.
just die from psychic damage as it makes its wisdom save.
It's like feeling more and more depressed, and then it explodes
That's
internally.
You hurt its feelings really bad.
What kind of save is it?
My goal.
What kind of save is it?
Wisdom.
Here's to
Oh,
make
that's
you
a
rat
wise
more
rat.
I believe it succeeded.
Holy crap. I don't
So,
like you at all right
dodged.
now.
It dodged a cold bomb. It survived a sword slash. It doesn't care what you have to say about it. It knows it's a winner.
The sad part about that is because he didn't drop dead when I said it, it looks like I literally stood here and did nothing.
You just talked to rat for
Subtle spell, you literally don't know that I did anything. So I just talked some trash and did nothing while y'all are fighting this.
This rat is emboldened by its other self in a previous universe that totally killed all of you. And two rats appear from behind you
Don't.
to attack you. They'll have advantage. One will attack Verbositus, and the other one will attack Regulus.
You heard me talking trash about his friend.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What?
Double kill.
Regulus takes 7. And 8 for Verbositus.
Well,
I'm down.
As they snuck up on you and just tore
Wait, you
a
took
big
7
old
though.
hole in you.
you should still be up, right? You should be at 1 hit point.
No, I'm at 0 hit points.
8
With 7?
damage.
No,
You took 7. I took 8.
No, you took 7. I took 8.
Is that? I don't think that's what he said.
Yeah, he said Verbositus takes 7, and I took 8.
Regulus takes 7. Verbositus takes
Oh.
8. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
Oh, I heard the opposite. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I
And
like your plan better. But,
Yeah.
Crystal, the one you attacked, attacks you back for 4 points of damage.
Okay, we have one man down.
Yep. Regulus.
It's your turn.
If this turns into another TPK, I've got to laugh my ass off.
I will stab a rat.
Sounds like a plan.
Stab.
That will miss the rat.
Okay. I think that's all I can really do here.
Okay. Audrey?
We still have 3 rats up, yeah?
3.
I will bane them.
Sounds like a good plan. They have to make charisma checks, you said?
Charisma check 13.
Charisma check 13.
She lied to us. She said she could fight, and she keeps casting Bane.
They
you
all
just
fail.
shot the rat, so I don't know if you can.
That's true. I just talk crap. But, I never said I could fight. I said
Verbositus.
that I could investigate.
Your death save, please.
Yeah. Here it is. 13. I'm not dead.
Yes. All right, the rats get a -4 to their attack rolls, you said?
They roll a d4 and subtract that from their rolls.
That's exactly what I said, only in different wording.
You said they get -4.
Or -d4. Ugh. Okay, the 1 against Tarek, or 2 against Tarek, they have advantage. They get a -1d4.
Yes.
So does let's see here.
15.
Does at least a 15 hit you? Well, 14.
No.
16. It'll be a 16 to hit you?
16 hits on the nose.
16 hits on the nose. Whoops, that was wrong.
19
Crystal,
minus 3 is 15. I just want to... Or, no, it's 16. I'm
16,
stupid. Never
yeah.
mind. I'll shut up.
Crystal, the one misses you. I think this 3 points of damage for Regulus.
Yeah, I'm out.
Yeah.
Duh!
Audrey.
The plight of level 1.
6 rats. 6.
Okay.
I'm making a barbarian next time. Just say no.
That's how you win D&D. More hit points. When you have the most hit points, you win.
Well, yeah, but you can do that with any class if you have a chance to get past level 1.
Fair point.
So using a healer's kit would take my full action, right?
Yes.
And he would come back with...
But you don't even
How
wake
much
up from
health?
that. It just stabilizes people.
It just stabilizes, yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Do you have a cure spell by any chance?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, unless you can heal wounds or something. Yeah, no. Or healing word.
Okay. I guess I will stab the mostly dead rat and then move 25 feet away.
Okay, roll to hit.
If one of us get a nat 20 on a death save, we can wake up at 1 hit point.
Miss.
true.
Hey,
Rage Elf did it. We could. We
you want to spend your inspiration to hit it?
Oh, right.
Try it again. There you go. Roll damage. That'll
I assume
kill
it's
it.
dead now.
That'll kill it, and then you
Move
Make your
25
way
feet away.
The bard has proven her effectiveness far better than the rest of us.
All right, Verbositus,
Oh my
make a death
gosh.
save.
I shall.
I think it's weird that I have the most health in the party.
That's the second save.
Yep.
I may just lay here and later be eaten by rats.
All right, since these rats, what will these rats do? Let me make a. Oh yeah, they'll march over those bodies and come after Crystal.
You rats
I'm
walked
assuming they're
over
at
us.
least as fast as
You ruined my
me.
I'm
I think they're a
burning
little
everything
faster
I'm
than
wearing.
you. But
Yeah, I said at least
you
as-
moved forward to stab one of these rats, so they're still a little. They still have to double move to get to you. Regulus, make a death save.
split out.
You
I think 10 counts.
10 counts.
Okay, yay.
Audrey,
I throw my dagger at one of them.
you don't have to throw it. They're right next to you.
She doesn't want to touch
I
it. She's
thought
like,
you said they
"Ew,
were still
gross." Just
a ways
fling it.
off.
I said they double move to get to you.
Oh, okay. Well,
That hits it.
Yeah, it's the same modifier and everything for the attack.
Roll damage.
So, if they're
Let me
right there, I'm
keep your
using a
dagger,
short
yay.
sword.
Okay, then
4.
that does not kill it.
I move away.
But now it's
You
sad.
can't without invoking attack of opportunity.
Oh, right.
Unless you are a rogue.
Bum, bum,
Wait,
bum.
I like your dark secret,
Verbositus.
you rogue, because just expose your secret and live.
Verbositus.
All right, I'm going.
Here comes the natural 20. I can just feel it.
I'm
Nope, but
alive!
he's stabilized.
Till I get eaten.
Rats. They'll attempt to attack Audrey with the 23. Man, I'm rolling like gangbusters here. Is a 19 odd hits you, right?
Oh, duh.
So 4 points of damage.
I'm still just barely hanging on.
Regulus.
I know the feeling.
Don't you have a cure spell?
No?
You didn't take. Nobody took a healing spell.
It's not an option for me.
I know it's not for you, but I thought she was gonna. I figured she would have taken a healing spell.
I thought the healer's kit did the same thing.
No.
I can understand that confusion. It sounds
Regulus?
like it with the word healer and all.
Regulus.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I'll
That's your
spend
first-
inspiration on that.
Okay.
Not 20? Aw.
No.
Well, fail.
Audrey.
Double fail.
So, Audrey, you're going to go back and enroll 2 new people into your company.
I say if you beat these rats, if you manage to beat these rats and survive, you should totally claim all of the credit. Leave us for dead out here and hire new people because we're obviously not cutting the fat.
Okay.
Crystal,
I would like to play
If
a
it's your
furball
life-
druid. I've always thought it sounded fun.
if it's your life or your money, which one do you choose?
My life.
Cast that spell.
I cast
Whatever you wanna do, Kristen,
Thunder
enjoy.
Wave.
Oh, yeah. I'm fine. Thunderwave the F out of them. They don't need any effins. There's enough rats already.
Okay.
True.
DC 13 con save.
Con save, DC 13.
Am I in the radius?
One failed, one succeeded. No,
think we're good.
none of you are in the radius.
Okay.
Because it's how many feet is the radius? 15 foot
15
cone?
feet.
Yeah,
cube.
y'all are fine. She moved 25 feet away from y'all. So,
They take 2d8 thunder damage.
one succeeded though, so he takes half.
On a successful save, creature takes half the damage and doesn't get pushed away.
Okay.
What the?
Roll a 2d8. Let's see it.
Oh, okay, that was weird.
F them up.
2d8. And then it's plus my charisma? I need to just enter that as a proper attack.
All right.
There you go. Out
Boom!
just 4.
You hit one that it only clips him, but you already stabbed him earlier with your sword, so he dies. Duh! and the other one just kind of crumples under the full force of this thunder wave. Then one of the shelves just falls over into the wall, and a lot of the jars fall out, and you hear them crashing down. Fortunately, the two company men you were with, they are in the hall between the two areas of shelves, so they're completely fine, unless they drown in a puddle of wine.
No, I was gonna go. A puddle of wine is a good way. I'm just saying.
It's dignified, right?
It sounds delicious.
I run up and check on them.
All right, Regulus, you can make another death save.
Bloop. Hey, a success.
That's good.
Okay, you start checking on them, and you notice that Verbositus is stable.
Verbositus.
Well, they're both close to close to death, but Verbositus is stable, and Regulus is not.
I use a healer's kit
Verbositus.
on Regulus.
All right, you heal them all up, nice and proper. Make sure that he's not bleeding out.
Corey, do you know the word verbose?
Verbositus.
Do you know the word verbose?
Yeah,
It's that.
I know it's that.
Are you messing with me then?
No, I just don't. It just doesn't fall off the tongue very well.
Verbo.
Like verbosity.
Nope, not a thing.
Yeah.
I should have given you guys bardic inspirations.
Thanks for thinking of that now.
Does Bardic Inspiration give you like
An
I think it
extra
just gives the bonus
d6 that you can use after you roll any die, but before you know whether it succeeds or fails.
And what kind of action is
I
it?
never actually attacked. I had a total of one chance to attack. I did a spell and he saved. And after that, it's been nothing but death.
It doesn't
That, those
say like
rats.
what kind of action, if
They
it's
jumped
an
us.
action or a bonus or anything.
Yeah, it does.
We should have used our
Definitely does.
our Prince of Persia powers to know
Basically
that they were
copied and
coming behind
pasted
us
this from the
and turned
book.
around ahead of time.
Okay, so we will wake up in an hour. I don't know if she knows that, but if you're skilled with a
To
healer,
do so, use a bonus action on your turn to choose one other creature other than yourself. Don't know what you cut and paste, but it wasn't the rules. Yeah, you can Bardic Inspiration as a bonus action on your turn, every turn, as long as you have Bardic Inspiration to give.
It's all right. First game with the new character.
Yeah,
You're learning.
Yeah.
we're learning.
I'm sure I had other options that I forgot I could do.
I learned that rats beat commoners.
I also thought it would be super cool to insult a rat and have it just
And-
drop dead.
And nope.
Out.
That would have been funny.
So, do you chill out down here for an hour until they can rest and recover their hit points?
Yep,
Yeah,
that's
Just-
really all I can do.
I was gonna say, yeah, just grab a cup and drink a couple, ounces of the wine that's been spilled.
A couple ounces. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you don't need more than that.
2 ounces is good for me. That's a full glass of
Yeah.
wine.
Yep,
So,
the grand old time.
what do you do while you're waiting for them to recover?
I'm just gonna take it easy and recover my hit points.
Okay, after an hour is up, everybody can roll a hit die and recover that many hit points.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, I'll take it. Yay!
Bah! I only got the one hit die too, so I'm at 2 hit points. I woke up with 1, and then I spin a hit die to get a second one.
Okay, well, everybody is up and able.
I had to smash everything. or we were all gonna die.
I look around and kind of hold my head for a minute.
I'll go ahead and add that to the list of things we found broken when we got here. Taking a very careful inventory.
Like
Yeah, if that dude
anybody
didn't
in
show
this
up within-
house heard that explosion.
I was gonna say if nobody came downstairs after hearing that noise, I'm sure they didn't hear it.
They also were afraid of the rats, but if I understand correctly, we walked down from the wine cellar into this extra area, right?
No, you walk down from the house into this wine cellar.
So this is just the back of the wine cellar.
Yep.
Yes.
Then they might have heard it. It's hard to say, but I will attempt to convince them this was always like this.
Yeah. What do you mean you had an extra shelf here the whole time?
After all, it seems the least I can do since I was unable to participate.
I get up and look around at the rats that took us down, and look over at the halfling, look over at the dead rats, and I'll give a slow clap, like surprised and proud.
I am very
Indeed,
busy cleaning my clothing.
Quite the combatant.
This is disgusting. This whole place is disgusting.
I mean
rat
no offense,
feces
but
everywhere.
I mean no offense, but I'm rather impressed with your tenacity.
Thank you. I'm just glad to be
Perhaps he
alive.
wasn't lying. You said you could fight. Ugh, this is so gross.
I thought myself quite more capable than I appeared to be. These rats gave us quite the challenge.
All projected ideals of what we would be at, let's say, level 4, would be much more impressive. Huh.
No
Yeah,
kidding.
but I am seriously though. My character is just cleaning everything and doing his best to scrub out and knock off any filth he can. And he's horrified.
There are public baths in the city that you can go to as well.
I don't dress clothes. I don't shower clothed. Come on. Do you hear that disembodied voice and its stupid ideas?
I think that's just you, Verbositus.
Damn it! I hate it when it's just me.
So, do you know prestidigitation?
Press to who? No.
Just magic
Is he a
being
tailor?
clean.
He sounds uppity. I don't like his name. Yeah, if your name
Rather
was
pretentious.
Prestidigitus, I might trust him.
Well, I guess we should move on.
Yes. Ugh.
Indeed.
Wipe
Who
myself
do we
down.
report to?
I will I will walk up to one of the broken jugs and look to see if all the wine has spilled out, and if there's any
No,
left, I'll
there's-
get a.
There's wine in there still.
Okay, I like take a little cup and I dunk it into the remaining wine, and I'll take a long drink out of
Yeah,
it.
it's really good wine.
It shouldn't go to waste, exactly. Kind of steal my.
The only problem is that most of it is dumped out. So when you scoop it up, you get some of the silt
Like
that's in the bottom.
sediment. Yeah,
Yeah.
all the settled bits. That's fine.
That seems unclean. I don't think I can touch that. Well,
I'll take a drink, and then I'll put a little bit more into the cup, and I'll offer some to Audrey.
Oh no, thank
you're
you.
offering it
I
to her,
couldn't
yeah,
drink on the
fine.
job.
Anything else y'all want to do down here?
Up to you. Kind of get a piece of cloth and clean the cup and put it back in my pouch.
Normally, I would want to investigate further, but right now I'm too grossed out. I just want to leave.
I am interested in investigating further because that might give us a way to recuperate some of the funds that we're going to spend on the damage. So I'll do an investigation
Damage
check.
anything.
We
The
should see
rats
if we can
damaged
find
all
any
of this.
holes. How did the rats get in here?
That's what I'm wondering. So I'll do an investigation check.
Okay, roll, and you have advantage from Audrey.
Okay. Boop. 21.
I assume Verbositus is leaving the
Verbositus
Verbositus.
still here.
is
Ah.
leaving the
No, he's not leaving.
the cellar.
He wants to leave, but they made a good argument, which I said it was a good argument, so I'm going to stay here
Okay.
and help investigate because we don't know where the rats came from.
First thing you find as you're walking around the cellar is you see a cage.
A cage.
Oh, that's weird.
Is it?
What
How big is
kind
the
of a
cage?
cage is this?
It's a pretty big cage. It could hold about 2 rats.
Or
Two
one girl
rats.
tied up strangely? I'm just curious.
Are there 2 more of them somewhere?
I was thinking this could be breeding rats, and if he did not, keep close tabs on them, they could have gotten quite out of hand. Is the cage locked?
No, it's open.
Does it seem likely at this point then that maybe these rats are his own fault?
It looks like someone could move this cage. It's a mobile thing.
What, like it's on wheels?
Like someone could have brought it in?
Yeah, like someone could have brought it in if they like pushed it or put it on wheels maybe.
But you said it could only look like it contained 2 rats.
Yeah, it's not really big. I mean,
Well,
you could put a halfling in there, sure.
Well, what I'm
since
saying is-
the rats
is
are
you could-
halfling
if it-
size.
If it
2
fit 2
halflings.
rats, and there was a male rat and a female rat, and they were nesting down here after they got out of the cage.
I can see your logic unless he doesn't partake of his own wine cellar on a frequent basis. You would notice too quick.
Since you rolled a 21, you do notice some scratch marks underneath the cage as if it was moved.
So someone might have brought these rats here.
You also notice a placard on the cage.
I'll look down at
What
the
does it
placard.
say?
It says Municipal Zoo.
Municipal Zoo.
Do we have a municipal zoo? Is that a real thing
Giant
in
rats
ancient
in
Rome?
the zoo, do they?
They did have menageries in Rome, yeah.
Neat.
No, I mean
Not a thing I was
specifically
aware of
giant
out of character.
rats in this zoo.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you, Crystal. Can you repeat that?
I mean specifically giant rats in this zoo.
I mean, that's the point of a zoo, yes. I don't go. It's full of filthy animals.
There's no other way into this room besides that one entrance, right, Corey?
We should.
There doesn't seem to
You
be.
you don't see one. You made an investigation check and looked through this entire area. You don't look for. So looking through the entire area, there's one door in and out that you notice.
Yeah, we haven't noticed any like obvious other entrances.
Obvious other entrances, yes.
I look over at Audrey and I go, "Do you think that there might be a hidden entrance into this room?"
Oh, it wouldn't surprise me at all.
ignore the 2 of them. I'm gonna go look for secret doors in this area.
Yes, we should check for secret entrances.
Okay, that's a perception check.
Not investigation.
No, investigation to open doors, secret doors, perception to find them, apparently.
All right.
That's how the rules work. And you can, of course, aid another to give yourselves advantage if or not. Oh,
I'll
that's
aid
enough.
Audrey.
That'll work.
Like I said, well, he keeps talking only to Audrey. So since he's ignoring me, I'm just walking off and looking around.
You notice that the scratch marks
He's
underneath
confident,
that come from that cage lead directly to a place that seems like there's a door here. It's oddly a place without a shelf in front of it, and
And the mortar doesn't quite match.
yep, the mortar doesn't quite match it.
I take
possibly
the
could be a
hilt
door.
of my sword and I start like going tapping and listening for the hollow points so I can find a way to open the door.
That is an investigation
I will-
check.
I will literally say, "Quiet with that racket. We're trying to think about whether there are hidden doors about."
15 to find it.
Yes, yes, you find the latch that moves the door and opens
And
it.
I'm
it
trying
slides
to
open.
think. If
Shut
I
up.
were a
Clearly
elf
can't
noble,
think. The
where
door
would...
is here.
Oh, good. You've already located it. Look at that.
I
Look,
explained to you
strike any
before
one
I
of
was an investigator.
indeed. Lead on then.
I open the
Let's-
door and I will
let's
take the lead
go.
with my sword and
Okay.
shield and 2 hit points.
I'm sorry.
You
Sorry,
start
Howard.
walking up these stairs, and on either side of the stairs, there is a mosaic of people harvesting grapes and making wine, and it opens up into a larger room with a statue of a naked man holding a vine with a large thing of grapes, and he has a jug of wine in one hand, and at the base you see uh, a gladius, and its hilt is wrapped in in grapevines.
The gladius, is it like stone, like part of the statue, or is it a real sword?
It's a real sword.
When you say man, do you mean human or
Like human.
elf man? Human?
Actually, this looks like an elf. Yeah, it looks like an elf. It's got laurels, but it's
And
butt
this is another
naked.
important
It's
question.
holding
Is the
a
gladius a
jug
short
of
sword or
wine
long-
and
Long sword.
and a
Or
bunch of
short
grapes.
sword. No, short sword, yeah.
I don't know. Corey?
It's a gladius.
Which is a long,
Thank
it's a
you.
short sword, right?
It's a short sword. Yes,
Short sword. That's what we went. That was the question.
it is a short sword.
Yes, Spatha is a long sword.
Well, this must have been
Okay,
sitting here a while for
let's
this to have grown around it.
Look
I walk up.
around.
The
Seem to have found a very strange room. I'll do a knowledge religion to see if I recognize the man cake,
sure, you can do a
the
knowledge
beef,
religion
the
check.
elf cake. Oh, I had advantage on for no reason. For
And
absolutely
you have
no
no
reason,
idea.
and
Yeah.
I failed either way. Yeah, must be summoning demons in here. Rat demons. That's what they were. They were hyper-powered rat demons. That's how they took me unawares.
Definitely. I mean, I kind of feel like they killed me, and then I somehow am still here alive. Just barely.
Obviously, this man is throwing wild demon hunting or demon summoning parties. And that's why he has the rats. I look at Audrey and go, "Do you know anything of this
This
effigy?"
um apparently I do.
Success.
Okay, well, this is Ventus, the god of, basically the god of wine. Humor.
Gee, I'm so
This is-
surprised.
This is Humor, the god of wine. And if that sword belongs to him, that sword would be Ventus. A magical item.
I'll tell them what I know. And
Basically, Humor's weapon of choice. Ventus.
cast identify.
That'll take a little while. It takes
Well,
a minute.
I can
minute,
do
yeah.
it as a minute or do it as a ritual. I might as well just use the regular spell.
Okay.
Well, if you want to do it as a ritual and save your spell slot, it's 11 minutes. We're not in a hurry.
Oh, it's just 10 minutes extra? I thought
Yep.
it was like an
Yep.
hour.
Nope.
Yeah.
Just 10
Okay.
minutes.
Okay, she
I'll
begins.
ritual it.
She begins setting up for a ritual.
I'm going to go back down the way we came and close that door that led us up here.
Okay.
And beyond that, I'll just be ready in case anybody comes in.
Okay. As you come back
And
up,
occasionally picking dirt and goobers off of my clothing.
as you come back up, you
Yeah.
see Audrey is beginning her jam session.
Like
As she
hitting the
begins
high note.
playing awesome music to the sword in order to glean its properties.
Yes,
there a-
I
I
feel
also
the
have this spell,
lute
so I'm
is
just
the
watching.
proper. Sorry, the lyre is the proper instrument for this particular ritual.
I am not an instrument. What are we talking about?
Do you think, Verbositus? Do you
No.
think that the owner of this house is aware of this strange room?
If I owned a home, I believe I'd be aware of every room within it.
Indeed, but many of these homes are quite ancient.
That's not a reason not to know. This man might be an imbecile. I haven't really talked to him at any length. But if he's not an imbecile, then he should know.
I get the impression that he might be someone who would have his servants rather, and uh,
Explore his home for him?
no,
That's
but
ridiculous.
but uh, provide maintenance and upkeep to the home, rather investigate
So,
and handle the business that would need to be occurring here in the wine cellar.
in which case, he's aware of the room. He just doesn't come here, and they've redecorated.
It seems rather strange that it would be hidden behind not only a
Is there another entrance or exit to this
strange
room other than the
wall.
one we came in?
Yes, there is.
I point to
Well,
that.
that answers my question.
Right. I assumed there was, but I guess I didn't actually ask, and Corey didn't say it, so.
Sorry, yes, there is another exit to this room.
Yeah, like what is the general layout of this room?
There's a staircase that comes down to this place. It is a quite wide staircase, allowing for a
Hate
for
to be
different for people to come down side by side. Then the floor is tiled like a fresco.
I like the way he says that, because that means later on, if we're attacked, we can assume people coming down the staircase two at a time at us. That's a thing.
The walls are coated in plaster and are painted. And then the fresco on the floor extends down the stairs upon the walls. And that is a skinnier staircase, but is big enough to bring up like jugs of wine. And here there are a few jugs of wine sitting out, and they are all empty.
Hmm.
Then there's the statue in the middle, fully painted, nude elf. And there's a dagger there, and there are large cups, large saucers that you can drink wine out of.
Interesting.
Are there scrape marks on the floor?
Yes. In fact, you see pieces of the fresco that have been pulled up because of something has been dragged across it.
I will follow the scratches up to the staircase over on the other side of the room.
Okay.
I am sitting by Audrey, keeping her safe, and just kind of watching Regulus, and continuously picking at every little piece of dirt or grit I can get out of my clothing.
Okay. Your ritual is finishing, and you understand that this is indeed Ventus the Gladius. It allows its wielder to take no penalties while drunk, but only when attacking with the sword. Only with use of the sword. They take no penalties while drunk. They get +1 AC while wielding it, and it does 1d4 points of bonus damage.
I just picture it like drunken master style sword wielding, you know?
Exactly.
And that's where the AC comes in, where you just lean back and like swords pass through.
That is exactly where that comes from, actually.
Oh, yeah. I love this sword. That is beautiful.
But it only works while you are drunk. It gives no bonuses while sober.
That's awesome.
You have actually, if he can use it, you got to pass that to Regulus. He's our drunkard. He's designated drunkard.
I can use short swords. That's the funniest part. So I walk up to the staircase on the other side of the room, kind of ignoring the rest of it as I'm on the trail for rat thieves or rat smugglers, and I will walk up the staircase and over to the other door and kind of rap on it.
You knock on It's a big stone thing. Sound doesn't travel through it. It's a big
Well, yeah,
stone.
I wasn't rapping to like try to get somebody's attention. I was seeing if it was like hollow on the other side. You know what I mean? Like I could hear an echo or something. I didn't
It's
know if it was like
stone.
a thin wall
It's pretty
or
heavy stone, so it
heavy
doesn't
stone.
make a sound. No.
Well, it's just like a thunk.
Yeah, it's like knocking on the concrete wall of a school, like that kind of thing.
Hmm. I'll
But there's
push
a
it.
handle, and you can pull it inwards.
Okay, inwards. Okay. I'll grab the handle and start pulling it open.
All right, make a strength check.
Oh, well, about that.
Nah, I don't budge.
I'm still on advantage. Stop going back to advantage. Yeah, I got a 4. So
It doesn't budge.
Oh, well, whoever smuggled these rats into this room was quite strong indeed. I'll look back down the staircase. Have you figured anything out down there?
Well, I know what the sword is. It's Ventus, after all. And it does some pretty nice stuff, but only if you're drunk.
Oh, by the way,
Curious.
this effigy of Humor, the god of wine, he's a primordial. He's not a god. He's not the god. So the god of the city is I've totally forgotten. Pardon me.
The absolute.
Yeah, is the absolute. The absolute.
Bob, the absolute.
The god of this city is the absolute. It is a monotheistic god who created everything. And these other deities, they're not really gods. They're more like spirits that embody a certain thing. And they're not really supposed to be worshipped. It might be against the law to indulge in worship of a primordial, depending on what the primordial is.
So clerics are Catholics and warlocks are pagans.
Exactly.
Got it.
Hmm. Well,
So it makes sense to hide a room like this to indulge in perhaps Humor's mysteries.
I kind of step down the stairs a few paces and then poke my head out. Would you mind terribly much helping me with this door? I think I'm on a trail of something.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we'll start up there.
Let's all put our backs into it.
All right.
5 seconds later, all of us are on the ground, like grabbing our bags.
Oh God.
We've all
Look at the
herniated our
darts.
discs.
We pulled so many muscles.
The door is to be pulled, not pushed, but you can all, between the three of you, pull the door open, and it
I
leads
like
out.
the idea that we were all just pushing and pushing and pushing, and it was like completely unlocked and totally easy, but we never pulled.
And it opens out into the garden.
Is this garden like an interior courtyard, or is it an exterior to the house?
It's exterior to the house, but it's part of the property and part of the garden.
Sure, but like somebody could come up to this place, maybe have cover from the garden, and enter in without.
It seems
Drawing
to
a lot
be.
of attention.
It seems to be by design that people should have cover coming in and out of this area.
Maybe
I look
this
over.
is why nobody talks about the parties.
I look
Although
over
don't,
at the other
you
two
didn't
of you
tell
and
us
go,
that, did you?
Oh, you're the one who made the religion check.
No, I mean about him knowing about this guy.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't mention it yet. I go, so this is an entrance to the abode that is undercover, so that those who wish to enter this place would not need to do so obviously. And it would seem that somebody has smuggled the rats into what was his name is Horatius?
Titus.
Titus. hostilis.
Can you say that one more time, Corey?
Titus hostilius.
Hostilius.
Yes. Hostel, hotel. I know it's close.
Hostilitus. It would seem that Titus, I'm just going to use his first name. I was going to try to be fancy and use his formal name, but whatever. It would seem that Titus's estates are designed to be rather clandestine. And I'm wondering how many of his partygoers utilize this entrance as a way to arrive without signaling to the rest of the noble cast of their usage. And if that truly is down there a effigy to a primordial, I'm sure that Titus would not want others knowing about it. Which begs the question, who utilized this entrance to bring those rats into his wine cellar?
Quick question. Did anyone actually take the sword?
No.
Nope, I didn't.
That would be an illegal thing to steal a sword from someone.
Corey, I would like to sleight of hand take that sword as we're walking out of there. Can I make that roll?
Sure.
Yay! Not good at sleight of hand, but I want that sword.
Well, I mean, you could have just waited.
Like, what's
Right.
he gonna say?
Everybody sees. Everybody
He's like
sees.
drag the thing right across the stone and everything.
Yes. Everybody sees Verbositus take the sword.
Evidence.
I'll tell him.
I literally say this. Evidence. Quite the forethought you have, the Verbositus.
Yes.
Yes, I
Yes.
suppose it could be used as
Yes.
evidence.
Also, this is a primordial. We don't worship these. It's illegal or something. I've heard. You said so.
Well, he certainly would be quite embarrassed if it were to come out that he would.
So
He
I'm
hosts
just saying,
parties
this sword shouldn't
under-
even exist, right?
Well, I'm sure some scholar will find use of it, but
A regular,
He's like, some scholar will
Meantime, I
find
think
use of it.
our company needs
wink, 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 nudge, nudge. I'm sure a scholar with a red nose would find it quite intriguing.
It was initially my assumption that after identifying Audrey would take it. And after a while, I realized no one actually said that. I would never have left it there.
All right, I will kind of look out to see if there's any signs of a big giant cage being dragged through here.
Okay, make an
Yep.
investigation check.
Okie doke.
With
Can I aid
advantage.
him on that?
Okie doke.
Can I aid you, or can you aid me?
Uh,
I am an investigator.
Audrey
Joe.
already said she was aiding, so.
God damn it, I'm the investigator.
I'm actually
It's
really
really
good at
my
investigation as well.
Oh, yeah, he is.
Yeah, I have a +5 to investigation. I'm actually really good at that.
All right. You do notice where the cage started its journey, and it seems like something brought it here that wasn't on the ground. But as soon as it got here, it got put on the ground and shoved the rest of the way down into the place, into the wine cellar.
Well, the next step in our investigation would probably be going toward the municipal zoo to see if they have any information on who would have access to take these rats from their storage.
Yes, the zoo seems like an appropriate next step
All right.
since we've lost the trail.
Could we inform the host?
We should inform the host that we have completed the task and expect to be paid, and show him my inventory list of what was down there and what was already broken.
Of course. I trust that you can handle this.
Then beyond that, we should absolutely go to the zoo. And while you say I can handle this, I expect you to be with me and not go on without me.
Of course, of course.
Okay.
So,
You wander back to the house where Titus sees you and says,
The sword safely tucked away, not visible.
Make a. You're gonna have to make a check for that, and it's sleight of hand to keep something tucked away to make sure no one sees it.
Like under your clothing?
Yeah. Well, is that a stealth check or a sleight of hand check?
That's up to you. I'm just asking.
Let's make the book tell us.
Probably sleight of hand. I believe you.
I think it's sleight of hand. Yeah.
Force that book to tell you, Corey.
Yeah.
Get all of
The
it.
other option is to simply stow it somewhere if we're going to leave this building and go to the house.
Like you mean
Like
that hidden
in
garden
your
that
sheath?
was like away from people's prying eyes?
Yeah, you can stash it somewhere, leave it with a party member that's not joining you.
We don't have a big enough party for this. Gareth the half-orc's not a real guy. We checked.
Proficiencies. Class features, feats.
No, let's not stop game for this. I'll roll whatever you want.
Yeah,
It's probably the same roll for me. I don't think I have either one of those.
Okay.
Oh, I take it back. I have stealth.
Dexterity checks, intelligence, saving throws. Hate how this book is set up with
Just pick one.
sleight of hand. It's going to be sleight of hand. Makes
Thank
the
you.
most sense to be sleight of hand.
Like, dude, game's way over time anyway.
It's a 12.
All right. Unless you want me to stash this somewhere else, I am asking the rest of the party before we go there. As I try and fit it behind my pack and into my clothing, the handle kind of sticking out a little, but not too obvious.
Well, if you plan on using it as evidence, I don't know that he should know what we possibly have on him.
Good point. Let's stash it somewhere.
Okay. To hide it in a place out of the way, that will be a stealth check.
Okay, let's do that then. Much better. No one will ever find it right here on this shelf next to the garden.
That's a really terrible hiding spot.
You say the meanest things. I think it's beautiful.
I mean, his hiding job is so bad that it's really obvious to all of us, right?
Your passive perception exceeds it, so you can definitely tell exactly where it is.
Let me take care of this.
Well, if we're watching with passive perception, would that be aiding and thus give her advantage?
It doesn't matter. She already made it. She made a 22.
I didn't have that up, so okay, now I see it.
So she finds a nice place for it that's a big old rock that she's able to hide it behind, and it seems very much out of the way. There seems to be like a snake hole that she shoves it down into.
Okay. Do you want to do this confrontation later? Or we gotta keep going. How long do you want to make these games?
We can stop here and pick this up next week.
Hey, Tarek. Bye.
See y'all later. Bye bye.